Alright boys, welcome back to the channel. It is Atletico Madrid today, one game because I want to show you the youth intake. We've had a nice little youth intake. I also want to show you some of the young players that are coming through. Big changes for next season. We're really going to push these youngsters through, get out some of these squad players that are not quite up to it and make a risk, especially if we're in Europa League. We can maybe give them a little bit of extra football in there. Alright guys, let's get into it. Big shout out to all the patrons going up the screen. And if you want to become a patron and get yourself in the game like people in the silver tier have done, links down in the description for that. Right, let's get into Basque or nothing. Okay, so here's the tactic that we've been rocking with for the last few weeks. I've been changing this. This was my mistake in the last defeat. If you can see the results we've had after the Barcelona debacle where nothing happened at the Real Valladolid. 5-0 Eibar, 2-0 Mallorca, 3-1 Sociedad, 2-1 at Zaragoza, 3-2 defeat against Valencia. Really unlucky. That would have put us above them at the time. And then we've just suffered a 1-0 defeat. Once again, the team parking the bus, we just struggled with a little bit. And then what I did is I left it way too late to put it onto wide. I'm now looking more at the analyst reports, having a look at the opposition shape. If it looks like they're going to be parking the bus, instead of doing the change halfway through before the game, I'll make the pitch bigger and we'll put it onto wide. Just to see if that helps open things up a little bit. All right, so there it is. I'm quite happy. We've started creating a few more chances and stuff. It's good. A lot more positive than after the last episode. But we are in sixth, and it looks like we're probably going to finish in sixth. We're way off now. Them 2 defeats have absolutely killed us. If we'd have just hung on and got a point against Valencia, that would have put them to 59 and us 53. We should have beaten Valladolid. We'd have only been 3 points behind. So it's not all doom and gloom. We've got the opportunity today at home against Atletico Madrid to go above them. It does look like, fingers crossed, we can get 6th place. The board will be happy with that. And then next season, we can have a look at some of these young players. We have just had the youth intake. First youth player in, Pablo Vedo. Paul Crawford, this is your guy. Obviously, if you work away, my patrons can become regions, but I don't want to put Paul Crawford as a name, an English name, in a Spanish team. So I do a bit of Google Translate with some of the names, and this is what it pops out. So Pablo Vedo is my new. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with some of these players yet. We've got 2 players, one in Pablo Vedo and another with Juan Fuerte. Johnny Griffiths, this is your regen. 2 players that are very, very similar. In terms of what they could do. We've got a whole host of wide players at the moment, but very good mentals, very good physicals, decent technicals already in certain areas. Dribbling's pretty good. Technique, we need to improve, but he's only 15 years old. Really happy with that. Another one, Asier Gary Menda, another winger, but this guy's more of a winger by the looks of it. He's left-footed. First touch, crossing's already very good. So we've got a whole host of players popping through in the same sort of areas. We may look at changing. I've really got to sit down and have a look and go through what they could potentially do for us. I don't want to be training everyone as sort of like left wingers. We may look at trying to just change somebody's role. Maybe Garmanda. We could maybe look at turning into sort of like maybe a central attacking midfielder. We could maybe even look at changing one of the Pablo Vedo. Even though his finish isn't great, we could maybe work on that and end up making him a striker. Same with Fuerte. We could probably look at maybe making him a 6 foot. We could maybe make him into a striker. And then the others, Mario Iglesias, another winger. This is going to be a bit of a problem. I am looking to see if there's anybody I can turn into a sort of like a wing back, a very advanced left back. And the other noticeable one that we've signed, Accardo Gotti. Very good physicals, mentals look good. We obviously need to improve on his attributes in terms of his technicals, but he's 6 foot. What I'm thinking, his strength is shocking. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm probably going to try and turn him into a centre half. Heading 6, marking 8, tackling 9. We'll make him a bit of a no-nonsense centre half. He'll train in his strength. He'll train in just his key attributes, his heading, marking and tackling. Then we'll see what he comes up at. We've got plenty of sort of like players that can play left back. I want to be able to shape these players so that when they come through, I've not got 7 left backs and 7 left midfielders, because at the moment, that's what I've got. So that is that is the youth intake. It is looking, in terms of star rating and stuff, it's looking pretty good. We've got a fair bit of talent in the under-19s, which I'm really chuffed with. They're going to now rotate. I've got my director of football to redo the B team and the C team staff, because I found it quite difficult to recruit, but he's done it no problem. He spent a fortune on very average coaches, but it'll help us because we were quite small based, but we did have quite small sort of like backroom staff in both the C team and the B team. Whole host of players. Iker Fernandez, young striker, 17 years old. He has just started over the last few months, really starting to develop. 33 goals in 37 games. I'm training him as a complete forward. My idea is that he is probably going to be the long-term solution to Williams. Williams has probably got 2-3 seasons left at the top level, maybe even only 2. By then, Fernandez will be around that age. He will be in the B team next season, who are probably going to get relegated, so it might be a little bit easy for him next season, maybe to play a few more youngsters in. And then in the B team itself, big news, Cristobal Herrera Barrera has signed a new deal. He was wanted by PSG. He's now wanted by Ajax, Lazio, Real Madrid, Sevilla and Valencia. We've offered him a new deal. He seems very happy with it. He's doubling his wages, a minimum release clause of 39.5 million as well. He will be in the first team squad next season. We're going to shape the squad a little bit, which we'll talk about at the end of the season. But he is in, hopefully sign a new deal. And then the B team itself, once again, is looking pretty good. Young players in there. And I think even though they're probably going to get relegated this year, 27, yeah, they're way off. They're going to get relegated. But hopefully next season, they can have a real good go in the third tier. It is very difficult to get out of the third tier, but it'll give these players a good platform still to play and develop. All right, that's it. Let's get into it. I think we've actually got an injury to Pacheco. We have. We've got a few little injuries. So, Sanchez can come back in. Over the last few weeks, I thought I'd just give Pacheco. By the way, I've been told it's Pacheco. Hang on. Orlando has put, it's pronounced Pacheco. Pacheco? We'll go with that. Pacheco? Is that right? Is that right, Orlando? Let me know, buddy. So we're going with Pacheco. Improving. Mentals and technicals looking really good. I just wanted to give him a little bit of game time because he's done 10 appearances, but 10 starts, but 23 as sub. So I wanted him to kick on a little bit. He's picked up an injury. That'll probably be the end of his season because I think he's got like a bruised ribs or broke his ribs or something. What's he done? Oh no, torn abdominal muscle. Okay, so he's going to be out for most of the season. We've also got, let's swap them two around. So we've got Muniain, Sanchez. We've got Herrera as a defensive midfield. Really nice. He's doing really well at just sitting back, not trying to do too much, not getting into these areas at the most. He kind of sits here when we're sort of like pressing and we've got the ball. And then what he is doing, when Marcelo's coming into these areas here, we've got an overlap in. And then he seems to be picking out the wing-backs pretty well on both sides, which is good. So what we are going to do is going to give Areso a bit of a turn. He's actually done really well for us, the 18-year-old. Improving. Look at the improvement. The arrow's going up there, which is good. 3 goals for us in, 8 sub-appearances, 1 start. We're going to give him the nod on that left-hand side today. Pablo Colombani is going to come in, left-back. Our sort of like new backup left-back, 18 years old. 5.25 million. He's obviously worth a fair bit. Technical's not the best for a player that's going to be getting forward, but if we can just, over the next few years, just get these into double figures, very good physically in terms of his stamina and natural fitness. Pace, not the best, but that was quite low when we first got him in, but his mental's tremendous. I think just as a backup left back, over the next few years, he's going to be brilliant. Serrano has come into a little bit of form, average rating not great, but he's managed to bag himself 2 goals, so fingers crossed. He would have probably found himself out of the team today unless it was for Marcelo's injury, so he's lucky that he's going to run out today. Alright, let's get into it. And patrons as well, there's going to be an end of season review every season now where we go into depth, go through the whole squad, the A's, the B's and the under-19s and go through everything, look at players in detail, some of your Patreon. So if that's something at home that you guys are interested in, links down below for my Patreon. Go check it out. Starts at $1.99 a month. Right, Atletico Madrid. Let's end our run. Let's see if we can put a performance on. Right, first highlight of the game. 2 minutes in. Memphis Depay is in. Jesus, that's a good save. Okay, from the corner, we're now breaking. Serrano has been tackled. But Pablo Colombani on the left-hand side. He has already got a couple of assists, Colombani. with a few crosses. So even though his cross is only at 8, get it? No. Even though his crossing's only actually 8, he does actually put in a half-decent cross. Madrid are just struggling a little bit. We do want 5th. 5th's the aim, but obviously we need to make sure that we don't lose to these today. I think we've played most of the big boys. What is our running? Yeah, our running's pretty nice. Our running is pretty nice. You would hope if we can just potentially avoid defeat today, it will set us up nicely for the rest of the season. I was going to look at wide, but it's not as if Atletico, to be fair to them, are playing quite open. They aren't sitting at the edge of the box and defending really narrow. Okay, first highlight of the second half. It's not been a classic, has it? I kind of forgot that we don't tend to have classics against Atletico Madrid. But you've seen the youth intake for one. Let's see if we could just get a victory. Can we nick a goal? We haven't got much on the bench. We've got Villalibre. He's probably going to be sold at the end of the season. Sanchez, Ereso, Williams. Good run and hits over the bar. We're just going to change it up. We're just going to go... Let's take that off. But we are going to go... Let's go really wide. Let's really open the pitch up. We've got nothing much on the bench. We have got Villalibre. He is an option. Gonna leave it for now. We may put Villalibre on up front. Maybe up there with Williams. We may put Williams on the right-hand side. As Angel Gomez goes through. Good tackle. They've got it back. Saul. Angel Gomez. Can we get a tackle in, boys? Oh, they've got an overlapping Pedro Porro. Cut the cross, boys. Cut the cross. It's hit the post. Memphis Depay. And we may have just survived. We've just survived. Let's encourage. We've not been great. Angel Gomez with a corner. Schick's underneath it. We've managed to head clear. Right, let's change it up. 15 minutes. Come on, Matty. What are you going to do? Let's go... Saran, I tell you what, I'm not going to take him off, but what we are going to do is we're going to take Sanchez off. We're going to play him in there as a Mazzala. And we're going to go a bit like this. Advance forward. Villalibre down the middle. What's he best at? Just a little bit of everything. Let's put him on deep line support. And let's put Inaki as an advance forward like that. Let's just check extremely wide off. Let's pass into space. And also, let's now try and cross early. Because we should have 3 bodies in the box. Just anything just to freshen it up a little bit. I'm coming into the last few minutes. It's going to be a 0-0 for you boys. 0-0. I don't want to play another game because the episode will be too long. I want my Sunday night episodes to be a little bit short, a little bit sweeter. But that weren't too sweet, was it? A point against Atleti is not bad. I wanted to show you what we've been capable of. Even the Valencia game when we drew, we were still creating chances, and then we've just not fired in the last 2 games. Right, what we're going to do is now we're going to kick on. I'm going to go right through to the end of the season. Patreons, you'll get an end of season review, and we'll go into more in depth about the players that are going to come in the summer and the changes that I've made. Everybody else, next week's episode will be start of the new season. We'll find out where we are, the players that we've brought in, and then you'll all see which players we've called up from the 19s and the B team. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know down in the comments what you would do with those youth intake players. We need to change a few of those roles. So yeah, let me know what positions would you get them trained in. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good weekend. See you later.